Alright, so we're just doing a vlog here.
For now.
We just recorded some Minecraft.
Yeah, actually we did.
Sacrificial knife for special ceremonies. It's cool, which is nice because my thumb has been burning this whole time.
Yeah,
on the
actually
lighter.
Skin shriveled.
Yeah, all for you, right there. You know, all this work.
A beautiful camera.
Made in China.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good China. Should shield it.
Yeah, you should probably work on that.
Shaving?
I mean, you have some. There's some.
Shaving cream. Actually, I just got that. That's like my first shaving kit. I've never shaved before in my life.
Some nice Gillette Custom Plus 3 razors. Sponsor us, Gillette.
I need a shave.
I'm selling out right now. I'm not afraid to say
this
that.
is dead? This was like my childhood.
He had no childhood. It's pretty much what he's trying to say.
Hey, look, I bet the shampoo's flammable.
Okay, no. You burned your finger. Have you learned nothing? And then he's got this really nice Gillette foamy regular original shaving cream for his scruff, for his scum stash.
I think I'll just shave this.
And maybe this.
I don't know. I like this.
No.
You want to take a trip back in time? What? My ass up.
Oh, nice.
Trip back in time.
Look at that. It's one of the no charging ports. Is it over here? Yeah.
Oh, regular ones. The charger's somewhere around here. You can look behind there.
I see the big Snickers.
Yeah, it's big.
Holy crap. That is massive.
Yeah, that's how far I got into it. Like, it was like all the way out to here.
You guys see this? Slice and share. Okay.
No, I don't share. I just eat.
This is almost as big as my...
What are you talking about? It's smaller than mine.
Right. Almost as big. Smaller. That's the same thing.
Yeah, basically. You know? Salt block. Isn't it kind of crunchy? I opened that like a week ago.
Yeah, it's great. All business here. So, we're here to talk about our new computers. I just turned this into an update vlog.
This is really long. Isn't the Mason the one you're talking about? Isn't he going to build himself a PC?
Yeah, I'm going to build one with him.
Yeah. It's cool.
I mean, it's still going to run Minecraft at 60 frames.
60 frames is pretty good.
And that's what it's about. Okay, so... Okay, now sit down and let them all see how big of a nerd you are. This guy, right? So my whole thing with the computer started a little bit before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe a week. Like a week before break started. I was like, I really need to build myself a computer. And somehow I found this link to this page, and it was like, build a $1,000 Intel Haswell processor PC. So I read about it, and I was like, alright, like, I don't need a solid state drive, because who really needs an SSD? Like, sure, it improves performance, but I really don't think it makes that much of a difference, personally. I'm gonna get one eventually, but I don't want to spend $120 on that. So I took that $120 and spread it around the $1,000 budget a little bit better, and I think I ended up spending like about $1,100 altogether, because I used the 120 to get a better graphics card. And I can go over this specs here at the end. Better graphics card, a better RAM, and what are you doing? I'm talking here.
I'm enjoying myself.
That just sounds weird. And I didn't get an optical drive either.
Did I get an optical drive?
You got a Blu-ray reader. Look, you got the best optical drive. His was like $900 more than mine. It was really nice.
Yep. He helped me build it.
Help him pick out the parts. And then he's paying someone to build it because he doesn't want to break it.
Yep.
I ordered the parts online. and it's going to be really fun building it. i7, Intel i7
Intel
Haswell processor.
core.
I think it's going to be like the quad core. It's going to be like 3.5 gigahertz, and it's on the Gigabyte Z87X UDH3 motherboard, and it has 8 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM, and I can just add another 8 later and make it 16 because I don't really need it for anything else. Really,
You got 8 RAM?
Yeah, I got 8 gigs. So I don't think I'm going to need the full 16. Like, I don't think I'm going to need the full 32 that the board supports. The build guide was going with like a Radeon graphics card, but I'm not saying they're not good.
They just suck.
They're great, but
Okay. Aren't they expensive though?
no. Actually, they're not. The NVIDIA are generally like a little bit higher end, more expensive. And I've heard the best things about the NVIDIA graphics cards, and I haven't heard a lot of good about Radeon AMD based graphics cards. I'm gonna have 8 gigs, 1600 megahertz, and DDR3 modules. I don't know why I'd get DDR2. It's old. The case by NZXT, the Source 210 mid-tower case. Really simple case. It doesn't even have USB 3 front headers. Just 2 USB 2 and audio in and audio out, and that's it for the front headers. For the power supply, I got the 650 watt EVGA Supernova.
Yeah, I think I got that.
80 plus gold certified. I think we both got that power supply. We both got the GTX 660 superclocked by EVGA. And those are like, if it's 80 plus certified, it's gold 80 plus certified, so it's going to run. It's fully modular, so it's really easy to add more things or take certain things away, and you're not going to have a ton of cables getting in the way.
Actually, I had a book I was writing. It was actually to impress a girl, but I never got really far in it. But it was really stupid. I bet you that much. I typed it this time. It was in 2009.
I just went with the 1 terabyte TheBlewn. If I had had another $100, I would have added like an 80 gig SSD, and it would have no, that's no, that's too far. It would have held my operating system and like maybe a few programs that I run a lot, like Minecraft. Probably just would have held Minecraft in my OS, and maybe like a series or something at a time that I was working on, or like a big project, just so I could access the files, and they'd be a little bit quicker to run. But I don't think it's that important to have an SSD. And maybe, okay, stop blinding people. What is it with you today?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and maybe I would have like went with another or 3 more 1 terabyte drives, just so I could have put them either in RAID 1, RAID 0, or RAID 10, and it would have just made my whole thing a little bit more secure, a little bit faster, just running wise, and it would have helped. But I'm okay with it. I still think it's going to be a really good computer. I stole an optical drive out of my grandmother's computer, so that's where I got my optical drive. Nobody uses optical drives anyway. I just needed to install my operating system, which is Windows 8 Pro.
Windows 8 Pro? Why did you get the Pro?
I went Pro because I got a lot of money off, because my sister is going to college, and they like giving free things to college students, and so I'm going to just let her use the computer at some point. I mean, it's going to be running great, though. I mean, mine's probably going to run Minecraft at like 200 frames a second. when I'm just playing, like, not loading chunks, but still moving around. He's probably going to run at, like, 300, because he's got... What do you have? Actually, I don't know if it'll run any faster, but he's... Okay, you can explain yours in a second here. I'm just going to finish up on mine. But, so I went over RAM, power supply, graphics card, the H60, which it doesn't say on the package that it's LGA 1150, right? It doesn't say that it's LGA 1150 compatible, but I've looked a little bit, like, on some sites that check for compatibility, and it checks out as being compatible with that socket type.
Okay.
And I bought some thermal compound just in case I needed to use it. And this guy's up. So,
okay, so I bought my computer. He actually helped me with most of it. I got 16 gigs of RAM. I'm running Windows 8, not the Pro. Video GeForce 660 something X.
It's GTX 68. This is 660, and then super clocked.
Yeah, it's clocked. And then
what he's going to do is get another one and put them in SLI, and get another one later down the road.
Yeah.
On his birthday in April. April 4th.
No, 8th.
Close.
Should be Easter this year, I think. Just so it doesn't get them.
And keep going.
And I got a case, 120
millimeters.
It's liquid cooling. Got a couple extra fans to keep it cooled off a little bit on the processor and motherboard. What was my? The Intel 7. I think 2. The Intel 7 and then the Intel 6.
It's the Intel i7 quad core.
And then there was
4770K.
There wasn't then the Intel i6.
You only have one processor. There's no such thing as the Intel i6.
Okay, where'd it go?
He's a really good friend, though.
I'm good. I'm more
a
of
very
a
loyal friend.
I'm more of a software person. Yeah, the Intel i7.
8 megabyte cache. It's the same one I have.
The 1 terabyte.
Okay, so he has 4 1 terabyte drives put in RAID 10. So he's got 2 total terabytes of space in his massive storage, but it's in RAID 10, so it's faster with the RAID 0 and it's safer with the RAID 1.
Let's see here.
The motherboard I think was the same as mine. You want to go back to that?
Yeah, it was.
And he's gonna have it overclocked by I think 10%.
No, 20.
Did you? I think no, you went 10. You went 10. I remember because we looked at it. It was extra $30, and I can overclock it for him later. That's not a problem. He got the same graphics card as me, but he has a little bit more RAM, so he probably will be running games at a little bit faster than I am. And he's got the same power supply, the EVGA 650 watt.
Yep.
80 plus gold certified, which is great because it's going to be quiet, and it's not going to run super hot, and you're going to be able to, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be able to have it facing up to pull some of the warmer air away from the GPU, because I don't have any fans other than the one on my CPU cooler, which I believe is pulling air into the case from outside through the radiator for the liquid cooler, and then there's going to be another fan drawing air out, I believe, out of the back of the machine, but I don't have anything for the GPU right now. So that'll be very helpful when I have the PSU, the power supply, just pulling some of the heat out.
Yeah, then I got the extra fans for cooling.
Yeah, and he got extra fans, but
because I do a lot of animating, and that's why
really great stuff.
Thanks.
It actually
Thanks,
is really good.
Thanks, man. I got some extra fans for animating, because animating when you're rendering an image, like when you're rendering it to make it the final product, it actually takes up a lot of space, and it runs like non-stop for, like, I'd say, depends how long the clip is. So I might be running like the same thing, thank you, for like 24 hours, and I wanted some extra fans to cool it so it didn't overheat. That was my main reason.
It puts a lot of like stress on the GPU. He also got just one SSD, right? Just the one.
Yeah.
And that'll be his operating system, and it's going to run pretty well, and 128 gigs, so we can have his operating system, a few games on there, and maybe like the files for the animation he's working on right on there, and that'll help it run a little bit faster. I wonder if this is still recording. There, is that better? I think that's
Yeah,
better.
it's better.
Well, I already told you that whole thing, so we're not going to bother redoing that, but Annie's... What, is there anything else you're getting? I've always been thinking about ordering from this site, so it's a good site. It's CyberPower PC.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
not
actually.
paying us, but it's, I mean...
That's
And
cool.
even if you just need to figure out a configuration,
That's
it's not a bad place to look.